Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy the journey. Earl Simmons, better known as Darkman or DMX, was born in New York, New York. He later relocated to Yonkers with his parents, where he grew up. Most of his life was spent on the streets as a child committing crimes. However, later in life, he considered hip hop to be an escape from his street life. He started his love for rap with the beatbox, turntablism, and eventually rapping. DMX was married and has 4 children. In 1992, he started his big music career singing with Columbia Records under the subsidiary label Rough House. Later, he was released by Columbia Record label after his first single, at which time he met Jay-Z and Ja Rule, and they joined forces, and the rest is rap history. DMX, the rapper, should never be confused with DXM, the drug, or should it? DXM is known in the medical world as dextromethorphan, which is a legal cough syrup suppressant found in many over-the-counter cough syrups. When cooked down to a powder form, then placed in a capsule, it is known as DXM. In high doses, it acts as a dissociative anesthetic, like Canatine or PCP. In high doses, it will cause one to feel disoriented or out of it. For example, a person may lose motor control or may lose function of legs and or arms. Because the drug is known to take away a person's motor control, it is commonly used as a date rape drug. It can also produce audio and visual hallucinations and can sometimes cause nausea. In 2002, a group of sailors at the Naval Air Station Jacksonville, Florida, were running a drug lab out of the barracks. They were caught when the local authority stopped them with DXM in their car, but was not able to be detained because it was not an illegal drug. The next day, Navy authorities were called and were educated on the substance. It may not be punishable by local law, however, that does not mean that Uncle Sam or the United States Navy will allow its use or possession. Needless to say, the sailors are no longer in the United States Navy. Today, I would like to inform you about myths and drugs in the United States Navy and the policy that governs the use of illicit drugs. In 1980, a Department of Defense survey was taken for non-medical use of self-reporting using drugs or other than alcohol was 33%. And in pay grades E1 to E5, reporting marijuana use within the past 30 days was 47%. The information reported was not what the Navy wanted to see or hear. The Navy has always had a no-drug policy. However, it was not as strict as it should have been. In the past, it was based on the service member's performance and his chain of command if he or she would be discharged. Some members were given as many as 3 chances before they would receive a bad conduct discharge. Approximately 10 years later, the Navy tightened up the drug policy and made it a strict no tolerance, meaning one time and you are out of the military within 10 days after the Bureau of Personnel has completed the necessary paperwork. Here are a few facts that are true. The Navy randomly tests every day for substance abuse. Most people think that the Navy only checks once a year or when they suspect someone of using illegal substance. When a urinalysis is done, it is taken to a lab in Norfolk, Virginia or San Diego, California for testing. The samples are tested for the following: LSD, morphine, codeine, heroin, designer drugs such as ecstasy and PCP, but not tested for hallucinants and anabolic steroids. The samples are kept for 3 years, regardless whether it is positive or negative. A positive sample will be tested 3 times at different stations. The first 2 identify drug presence. The third fingerprints or identifies the drug. You need 3 positives to result in a positive report. Believe it or not, alcohol is an illegal substance for anyone under the age of 21 years of age. The Navy uses the nanogram for measuring the usage of drugs. Each drug has a specific numeric level. Nanograms are the chosen unit for measurement in the United States of America when measuring various hormones on blood tests, including testosterone. A nanogram is 1 milliliter of a gram per blood particle. Marijuana is the most commonly used drug, and cocaine is the second highest. Most members, once caught, use the excuse that it is their first time, only to get a report sent to the command showing an increasing pattern of their illicit drug use. In conclusion, if you want to use illicit substances such as DXM, it would behoove you to stay away from the military. DXM can cause one's judgment to be impaired. Secondly, it has been linked to date rape, and it can lead to other drug use. However, DXM in a proper form is acceptable in the military.